Welcome to my YouTube channel Modi Mechanical Engineering Tutorials. So in this video I would like to explaining about some of the important questions of lathe machines. So in that questions that will be having a importance in any kind of examinations like GATE examinations. Now all the universities that will be interested to take the examinations on a MCQ basis. So here that will be our part number 3 on MCQ on lathe machine. So let us start our first question. In how many parts compound rays can be classified? So basically compound rays that will be classified by two types, fuel types and top side. So according to the options, let us see. Option A 2, option B 3, option C 4 and option D 5. So as from the compound rays classified into two types, fuel type and top side. So two types. So the right answer that will be A equal to 2. Then next question. Which type of feed is always done perpendicular to the axis of the work? Now basically these are from the various kind of operations it will be carried out onto the lathe machines, and which kind of feed mechanism is being used to the axis of the work. So let us start with the option A, longitudinal feed, option B, angular feeds, option C, cross feed, and none of the mentions. So if you work onto the lathe machines and always done perpendicular, so suppose this one is my cutting tool, so that will be the perpendicular of the axis of the work. So suppose this is my axis of the work, so this is perpendicular, so that will be requirement of the always cross feeds. So the option C, cross feed mechanism of the feed that will be always perpendicular to the axis of the work. So let us see, this is our job, or you can say workpiece, and this one is act as a single point cutting tool. So this feed, or you can say this perpendicular feed to the axis of the workpiece, so that will be called as a cross feed. So the option C that will be the right answer. Then next question. The compound rest may be clamped at option A 0 degree, option B 90 degree, option C 180 degree, and option D any degree between 0 to 360. So basically compound rest which is having clamped at any angle between 0 to 360, then you can carry out your work. So basically for these questions the compound rest may be clamped at any degree between 0 to 360. So all the possibilities are there. Then next question. Saddle is which kind of shape of casting and has which kind of guide waves and a flat grooves? So the option A H shape and V, option B V and H, option C H and H, and option D V and V. So that will be once again from the construction of lathe machines. If you want to learn detailed study, so you will find a link in my description. So right now saddle is H shape and has a V guide grooves and flat grooves is being used. So according to this construction of that particular saddle and grooves and flat grooves, so that will be having a H and V. So according to the given option A, H and V, that will be the right answer. Then next question. 4-bolt tool post is held in a position by which straps and which bolts. So option A 2 and 4, option B 4 and 2, option C 2 and 2, and option D 4 and 4. So basically that will be used for positioning. So the 4 bolt tool post is held in position by 2 straps is required with the 4 bolts, because that will be the 4 bolt tool post. So the 4 bolt is required. So only possibilities with the answer A or B. So for 4 bolts tool post is held in a position by 2 straps. So the 2 strap and 4 bolts. So according to these given options, answer A, that will be 2 straps and 4 bolts. So then next question, which of the following represent the unit of cutting speed? Option A meter into minute, option B meter into minutes, C meter per minute, and option D none of the mentioned. For these questions, if you want to learn in detail, so there will be the link, it will be given into my descriptions for different kind of cutting speed, feed and depth of cut on the lathe machines. So according to this, which of the following represent the unit of cutting speed? So basically cutting speed that will be indicating into meter per minute. So as from the given options, option C meter per minute. So cutting speed always into meter per minute. Then discussing with the next question. The depth of the cut is the which distance measured from the machine surface to the surface of the workpiece, which is uncut. So the option A parallel, option B perpendicular distance, option C at 45 degree, and option D none of the mentions. So basically the depth of cut is the perpendicular distance measured from the machine surface of the workpiece. So according to that distance, perpendicular, that will be into option B. So the depth of cut is the perpendicular distance measured from the machine surface to the surface of the workpiece, so which is uncut. So the next question, which is the distance the tool advances for each revolution of the work? Option A feed, option B depth of cut, option C metal removal rate, and option D none of the mentions. So basically this question is also coming from the some of the working parameters onto the lathe machines. If you want to learn in detail, so you will find the link in my descriptions for various kind of parameters it will be affected onto the lathe machines. So for here basically feed, that will be is the distance of the tool advances for each revolution of the workpiece. Suppose this is our job which is fitted into the chuck of the lathe machines, and this one is our tool. So for the turning operation, tool is being fed, or you can say that will be the advance for the each revolution of the workpiece. So that will be called as a feed. So the option A feed is the distance of the tool advance for the each revolution of the work. Then next question, which is the speed at which the metal is removed by the tool from the workpiece? So let us see the option A feed, option B cutting speed, option C depth of cut, and option D none of the mentions. So basically feed, that will be the advancement for each revolution of the workpiece, and cutting speed, that will be the speed at which the metal is being removed by the tool from the workpiece. So that metal removed in the case of the lathe machines, that will be indicated as a cutting speed. And depth of cut, that will be the advancement at the perpendicular distance, or you can say uncut chips. So that will be considering as a depth of cut. So for these questions, cutting speed is the speed at which the metal is removed by the tool from the workpiece. So option B. Then next question. In chasing dial rotates as long as the half nut is. Option A, engage. Option B, not engage. Option C, either engage or not engage, or none of the mentions. So basically in chasing dial, the dial rotates as long as the half nut is being not engaged. So the option B, which is considering as the right answer for these questions. So if you like this, then subscribe and share more mechanical engineering tutorials. Thank you so much.